Hello again. In this video I'm going to show you how to cap off disused chimney pots or redundant flues. There are a few benefits of capping off unused chimney pots, and these include stopping excess heat loss from the home, preventing bird and insect entry, leak prevention, as well as trickle ventilation for flues. I'm going to show you 3 simple ways to do it that won't damage or alter your chimney's construction, ranging from the most popular, the best and the virtually free. But first, and just for amusement purposes, let's take a quick look at how not to cap a chimney. This is the main shopping parade in the middle of a busy village. Now just cast your eyes upwards at the capped chimney pot. No, you're not imagining it. That is a concrete slab balancing on top of the chimney pot, with the main street to the front elevation and a cut through alleyway to the side. Anyway, now we've determined that slab balancing isn't the future, let's get back to sensible chimney capping, and the first thing you will need to do is to determine which redundant flue is connected to which chimney pot externally. And if you don't know how to figure this out, see my other video on chimney flues and smoke testing via the link at the end of the video or via the link in the description bar. It should give you a basic understanding of chimney flue construction, how to smoke test and how to measure a chimney pot from ground level. Okay, let's look at 2 off-the-shelf chimney capping solutions. First up is the metal disused chimney cap, and here is one fitted. It's cheap, fast to fit and fits most chimney pots thanks to 3 large bendable straps and a stainless steel fast fit Jubilee clip. This is what you get in the box. The cap itself, available in terracotta and buff colour, and the stainless steel hose clip which has a handy quick tightening hinge system, so it can be tightened up quickly without having to manually screw the thread all the way from the beginning until it's tight. I've straightened up the legs and put a tape across it for measurement. Most of these will cap up to 300mm or 12 inches diameter top, which is adequate for most chimney tops. Here I will fit this to a standard roll top chimney pot. I'm doing everything on the floor so it's easy to see. With the cap placed on, the Jubilee clip is simply tightened at a convenient place. Once tight enough so that it won't blow away, you can adjust the height by raising or lowering the cap from flush fitting and no ventilation to wherever you see fit. I normally set this to about 5 to 10mm or thereabouts. Once you're happy with the adjustment, tighten the Jubilee clip and cut off any excess with some tin snips. Finally, just fold back the fixing straps over the Jubilee clip itself, making sure that it pins back and clamps any leftover Jubilee clip if you have some. The last thing you want is any of this loose and flapping around, making clattering noises at night as it bashes against either the pot or the cap. As you can see, it's a nice, neat, fast system that works well anywhere that you have some chimney pot visible to get the clamp onto. Let's have a look at another shop bought capping solution, which is my favourite, called the C-cap. The body is a tough plastic available again in terracotta or buff colour, and it has galvanised spring clips that fit internally and clamp against the insides of the chimney pot. It arrives flat packed and in kit form, and here's what you get inside the box. The plastic cap with ventilation provision, the insect filter to keep out small airborne pests, 2 galvanised spring clips, and the fixing that keeps it all together. All you do is pop in the insect filter with the part that says this side towards the flue in the right orientation. Push the spring clips central in the slots and then fix it together with the provided screws and clip. Finally, check you have your springs level by placing it on a flat surface. This will ensure a nice even pressure distribution inside the pot, and you have your cap ready to fit. And this is how you do it. Squeeze the legs inside the pot and trap it down until it sits flush. If the insect filter drops down, just pop it back until the cap is flush and level. There you go, done. The beauty of this spring clip system is that it can be used where the chimney pot sits flush or nearly flush with the top of the flaunching. C-caps are available in two sizes, with the smallest size being by far the most common. If you want to see the products and suggested fitting sizes, follow the link to my website page at the end of the video or via the link in the description bar. Finally, we'll have a look at by far the cheapest way to cap a chimney, and that is with a homemade lead cap. Now, I don't really recommend this method of capping off a chimney because it doesn't provide any ventilation to the flue in most circumstances, but it can prove to be quite useful in the following situations. Emergency leak prevention. I've had situations over the years where a customer has experienced leaking down a flue, for instance where the chimney has been removed internally but not capped off outside. Or as an emergency pest barrier, again I've seen all sorts of birds and animals either drop down or try to nest in the top of chimneys, and that can be a nuisance. And of course on occasion where the chimney stack or pot is already vented, for instance with this louvered pot, where it could be used as a cheap alternative. Firstly, take an offcut of lead that is just larger than the top of the chimney pot. Next, place it centrally on top of the pot. Now, looking from underneath, you can scratch around the diameter of the pot so that it leaves a visible mark. Using the palm of your hand, gently make a concave indent in the lead like this. Now, when it's turned over into its final position, it's created a subtle dome, as you can see here. Next, cut around the mark by an amount that will provide sufficient room for wrapping around the very top of the pot, with room for gripping, bending and sealing. Once the lead is cut and is shaped, it's ready to fit. It's a good idea to clean the mating surface of the lead with a rag and place some lead mate or fixall around the top of the pot, ready to receive the lead cap, in position with the dome up. It's now just a matter of forming the excess lead around the top of the pot to create a nice, neat, bonded finish like this. No special tools are required, just the base of a claw hammer or the end of a claw hammer will do. The reason for creating the dome in the lead is to guard against condensation drip back, as I'll show you here in this Photoshop mock-up. If there's a source of moisture in the chimney stack, warm moist air would naturally want to rise up to the cold surface that is the lead cap and form on it until it condensates. But because the lead has a dome shape, the condensated water rolls away and downwards against the sides of the flue. If we had created a flat, or even worse, a concave lead cap, condensated water could drip back straight down the flue and create a nuisance or a leak. Well, that ends another video. I hope this has been useful in some way, and thanks for watching.